Get the transcripts, baby. Get the transcripts. So this is Robert Airtide here, fam. What's going on? Coming to you with your no frills commentary from a singer. We had the battle rounds tonight, episode 4, night 4, whichever you want to call it. And it was a short show, 1 hour. And it went pretty well, I think. It was some good performances. They skipped over some stuff that I really would have liked to see, but let's get right into it. We started out with TeamBlake with Liz Davis versus Nicole Johnson. They did Baggage Claim by Miranda Lambert. One thing that caught my attention right away. Blake said at 25, it needed to happen now for Liz. Okay, so right there, that told me there is something going on, or he's got some kind of, he really wants Liz to be, you know, the winner of this thing because it's about her time. Even though that speaks volumes to the record industry and the major music industry that at 25, it needs to happen for her. Oh my God, that's, I mean, we know it. We've heard it before. We've seen it before. But just for somebody to say it right out front is pretty amazing. In the battle, both of them were sounding good. I mean, really good voices. Liz had a little more attitude to start, and she had quite a long-legged strut. Nicole really held her own and bumped up the intensity as the song progressed. Though Liz had more poise. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm going back and forth. They both have something going on, and it's different, and it's nice, and it's good. All of it's so good. Ceelo said Nicole won him over. Adam said they were really close, but thought Nicole may have taken it. Blake said they both did great, but he chose Liz, he said, based on experience. Boom. Based on her age and her performance experience. He said Nicole lost her breath a few times, and you know, he just felt like she didn't have enough experience and she needed to work more at it. And I caught that. I really did caught that right at the beginning. So Nicole was talking, and you know, she's giving her comments, her last comments, and she put a plug in to be stolen. But none of the coaches took the bait. Xtina said, you know, she liked her and all that different stuff, but she wanted to stick with what she knows because she has so many pop artists. But I felt like it's kind of desperate to be asking the coaches to steal you. And I think it's kind of embarrassing when they just looked at her and didn't. What do you guys think? That was, for me, it was kind of a quick moment, but it was also a very uncomfortable moment. TeamAdam was up next with Alessandra Guercio versus Kayla Nevarez. They did Wide Awake by Katy Perry. And Mary J, like Xtina last night actually, told Alessandra that she was being too crisp with her words. She was just being too perfect. It was too placed, too good. And she was telling her kind of to dirty it up a little bit. And she said people tend to doubt you when you're on stage and they can see you thinking about it. And that is part of the trick of rehearsals and practice and all that. That you do it, that becomes muscle memory. Maybe you have to think here and there, okay, this needs to happen. But most of the time, by the time you've done all this practicing and this muscle memory and this, you know, all of your training and everything, your body just naturally goes where it needs to go, and you just sing and emote and everything happens. So you don't appear to be thinking about it, even though your body is constantly thinking. And that's what I think she was talking about. So in the battle, Alessandra was bringing the moves. You know, she was really like hard. She was rough with it. She was doing stuff, you know. And it kind of reminded me of how Mary J does in her performance. It really did. While Kayla was depending more on her sweet sound. She had a really, really nice sound. Their voices are so young and a little unformed. And it came off to me just a bit rough, but also edgy, which is nice. But it was, you know, for me, it was a pretty even battle between the two of them. If I would have had to choose, I would have said Alessandra, just because of her movements and her, you know, it was just, she was really bringing that thunder for me. Ceelo said he would go with Alessandra. Adam chose Kayla. And the steal came in, and Xtina was talking and talking and talking, and she just went and hit her button because she said she wanted to support her because she felt like she didn't have a whole lot of confidence and all that, but she was a really great performer, and she was very well trained. And the thing is, I want to get into that in a video eventually, so I think I will leave that for another time. So then they had a run, because I was like, all they're gonna do is 3 battles in like an hour. I mean, because they were on pace to do 3 battles for the hour, and I was like, oh my God. But then they came back and they did a run through of just 3 teams. They just flashed people. TeamCeelo had Taub versus Mycle Wasserman. Ceelo chose Mycle. TeamAdam had Adanna Duru versus Michelle Brooks-Thompson. Adam chose Michelle. TeamXtina had Beat Frequency versus Laura Vivas, and Xtina chose Laura. Another duo bites the dust. They are not making it on past the battle rounds. They just are not. So next up and last, we had TeamCeelo with Emily Earle versus MacKenzie Bourg. They did Good Time by Owl City. Rob Thomas said Emily was kind of sounding like Carly Rae Jepsen on this, and both of them seem to be pulled out of their comfort zone in this. And I'll tell you, because she is mostly doing country kind of artist, and he loves to keep his guitar or piano, his senior, always have an instrument to depend on. So both of them were kind of pulled out of their comfort zone for this, which I think was a really good thing. So they started out, and MacKenzie started really nice and had a great sound on the song, but so did Emily. So they were well fitted to this song, both of them were, even though it wasn't exactly in both of their, you know, genres or whatever. They both brought some energy to it, but it was way too short, man. That's what I wrote, because it was just getting started and the stuff and it didn't end, and I was like, oh my god, it was going so good. I wanted to see some more. I really did. I wanted to see more, and that, for me, is the mark of a good performance. You know, you want to get more, you want to see more. You just want it not to end. Adam said the energy was a little uncomfortable, but he would go with Emily. Blake said that MacKenzie had a tendency to sound squeaky. Xtina said she had a better time watching MacKenzie. And Ceelo said that they had a lot of mixed emotions in this performance, and there was all kind of things going on, and he said he also had a lot of mixed emotions with it, but he chose MacKenzie because he said MacKenzie was more varied and he could do more things and he could probably throw more interesting things at him. I was hoping that Blake would have stolen Emily, but he said that he didn't see a breakout moment from her. What did you think of the performances? Let me know down in the comments. I am still kind of buzzing from the presidential debate. Yeah, and I don't want to break any of that in here, but I can't help myself. I will mention it. And this is Robert Antime, robertantime.com. Make sure to check out my So You Wanna Be a Singer series and also my originals playlist right here on YouTube. I'm out.